What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today I am freshly back from CES 2026 in Las Vegas, and every year I touch hundreds of products, possibly thousands, while I'm on the show floor. Most of them are impressive, but most of them also don't feel like a brand new category. They don't feel truly different. Today I want to tell you guys about one product I saw this year that I felt like was bringing something new to the table, and that is the TCL Note A1 NXTPAPER. This is not trying to be just another tablet, not a regular Android tablet or just an e-ink tablet. It's trying to be something that actually bridges the gap between those two spaces and something that allows you to create, think, and reflect in real time without all the distractions that you get from a traditional Android or iOS tablet. After spending some time with the device at CES at TCL's booth, and then also a pre-production unit that they provided with me over the last 4 or 5 days, I really see what TCL has been going for with this device, and I want to give you guys my early impressions and thoughts on using this and where I think it fits in. So let's go ahead and jump into a full overview of this awesome product. This is the TCL Note A1 NXTPAPER. First of all, I want to mention that this is not a full review. This is a first experience video using the device at the booth, like I said, as well as I was provided a pre-production unit to take home with me here to Phoenix, and I've used that now for about 4 days as my own personal note-taking and productivity device, and I'm going to give you guys my honest impression. This device really feels like a bridge between paper and powerful digital thinking. Just to be clear, this is an early unit, the software is being refined, updates are happening frequently, and TCL is actively polishing features. But even in the early form, this experience feels like something that's truly special. Most tablets on the market are built around distractions, and that's not the case here, which is what I really love. On a traditional tablet, you have a bright glossy screen, tons of notifications, and endless apps for various purposes. Most e-ink devices are just too basic. They're built around limitation, incredibly slow refresh rates, ghosting, and black and white. The TCL Note A1 NXTPAPER lives in the middle, and it's honestly a great compromise. This thing is fast, fluid, full color, and it still feels calm like paper, relaxing enough to journal, get down your daily thoughts, and also use this as a productivity device for your work or school. Perhaps one of the most innovative pieces of technology here is TCL's NXTPAPER Pure Display. It's TÜV certified for being paper-like, flicker-free, and reflection-free. And it uses 3A crystal shield glass with anti-glare, anti-reflection, and anti-fingerprint coating. But specs aside, you'll notice immediately how quiet the screen feels. Again, this is definitely a huge leap from using an Android tablet for your note-taking, where it's just too distracting with all those other notifications and clutter filling your mind space. Two of the most important specs about the display, the refresh rate and the size. Now this is 120 Hertz, so of course it's going to be super smooth. You also have an 11.5-inch display size, which means you have plenty of room for a canvas for taking notes, drawing, etc. The 120 Hertz really matters because nothing here feels like traditional e-ink. You don't get any of that ghosting, no motion blur, and most importantly, no input lag, which is a huge jump from some e-ink tablets that I've used in the past. Everything feels immediate, smooth, and natural, like your brain and the screen are in perfect sync. The other thing that I absolutely love is that the writing experience here is phenomenal. It really does feel like simulated paper, and you get that true experience of writing in a notebook, but with the convenience of having all of your notes in one digital space. The thing that makes that amazing writing experience possible is the T Pen Pro, which TCL designed exclusively for that purpose. This is the most paper-like digital writing experience I've felt on such an expansive screen. You get haptic feedback, actual tactile response. It's incredibly subtle, but it tricks your brain into thinking you're dragging a pen across actual paper. It has 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, which is absolutely fantastic if you're someone who would like to use this for drawing. Less than 5 milliseconds of latency, and an X-axis linear motor that adds resistance to your writing as you go. While using this device, your handwriting slows down, becomes more deliberate, just like it would if you were writing in a real notebook. It feels more intentional, it feels more thoughtful. And it's TÜV certified for pencil-like writing as well. Plus, the pen is dual-ended. That means that you can write with the tip, and you can flip it over and erase with the backside of the pen, just like you would a traditional eraser, which adds to that feel of getting a real pen or pencil and paper writing experience. And I found that it really has great pressure sensitivity in terms of line variation. You'll notice that when you write, if you do go very softly, you'll get that kind of like a little bit of shading that you'll notice if you're using the pencil here with this tablet, which is what you would expect. And if you really press down hard, you'll get those really dark charcoal strokes, which would be very much what you would see if you were using a real pencil and paper. Of course, TCL has a great AI tool built in here as well, which of course you need in 2026, and it's powered by ChatGPT and Gemini when you're utilizing it for your various PDFs and notes that you've taken on the device itself. Your meetings can be turned into text from your handwriting can become typed notes, and AI helps you polish and summarize your ideas. This isn't just AI for hype, which I heard plenty of at CES 2026. This is practical AI that you really do need in 2026 that's going to allow you to get more work done and also make sure that you're staying ahead of the curve at work with getting all of your meetings directly summarized and put into action items that you can truly use instead of having to sort through all of that manually and pull out those action items, which you then need to complete on top of that. This is something that completely makes sense for a note-taking device, and I'm glad to see that it works very well right now. TCL has also given you a space where you can add some of your favorite items or items that you want to revisit. They're calling it the inspiration space. The inspiration space you can think of as your second brain. It allows you to capture ideas, store their context, and connect your thinking among various notes and even your audio recordings. Those audio recordings, by the way, work incredibly well and they're very easy to trigger. You can trigger the audio recording with a long press of the physical button on the side of the tablet, and you can also press the side key on the T Pen Pro and circle any item that you want to add to your inspiration space. On top of the inspiration space and AI features, the Note A1 NXTPAPER also offers single-stroke shaping while drawing, formula recognition for mathematics, which is perfect for students, and real-time transcription and translation during recording. Take a look at this quick demo. The transcription on the Note A1 NXTPAPER is surprisingly impressive and accurate, and it can even translate things from other languages if you want. Here's an example of the real-time translation. Como se dice en español? How do you say it in Spanish? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Very good, very fast in terms of the translation from the Spanish to English as well. Overall, this is a device that encourages creativity, encourages productivity, allows you to escape the everyday of the endless notifications on Android and iOS, whether it be phones or tablets, and truly focus on your work or creativity in a more quiet space. And that's something that I really like about the A1 Note NXTPAPER. A few quick hardware specs, quick hits, because I know a lot of you guys out there will want to know this, even though this is, like I said, a review unit that is kind of a pre-production model, and so I'm not calling this a full review. Still want to give you some context for those important specs. It is 5.5 millimeters thin, which is incredibly thin and very light, 500 grams, with an 8,000 milliamp hour battery inside, which honestly, in my 4 days of testing this unit when I got home from CES, it felt like the battery can last an incredibly long time. I used it probably for about 5 or 6 hours and still had about 65% left. Keyboard case support and a flip cover case as well, which makes it easy to carry around. And if you do want to take those type notes, which I used it for quite extensively when I got back to scripts and videos, it's very easy to use and the keyboard case feels very natural. The keys are very tactile and clicky. And I did find that this was a keyboard case that I could actually use on my lap, which I can't say about keyboard cases like for the iPad. I find them very difficult to balance on the lap while typing, and that was not the case here with the TCL keyboard case. In any case, I believe TCL has a great foundation here with the Note A1 NXTPAPER. It is something that is bridging the gap between a traditional tablet and an e-ink tablet that you use for note-taking. You've kind of got the best of both worlds. You get that 120 Hz ultra smooth refresh rate, which I think is huge. They found a way to actually get that paper and pen feel like you would get with some of those black and white e-ink note-taking devices while still having a bigger screen. It's smoother refresh rate. They add the inspiration space. You've got the AI assistant in there as well. And if you do want to get some other apps, you can, because this does run Android. It's got support for Microsoft OneNote, WPS Office. It does not have Google Drive support just yet. That was one thing that I was bummed out about. I wanted to ask TCL about, and if they do respond to me, I'll put that below. Perhaps there may be a way in the future to get that, but it does have OneNote, and like I said, it does have access for Microsoft OneDrive as well, so you can get your cloud storage on that side. And I hooked up my OneDrive just fine. So it has all these great things, allows you to focus, but still gives you some ideas or ways that you could expand to use digital tools like the AI assistant, the inspiration space, if you want to. In any case, the tablet is now available for early order over on Kickstarter. So if you guys are interested, if you need a productivity focused device, you find yourself getting too distracted with a regular tablet, and that's definitely me. I definitely have that problem all the time when I'm trying to brainstorm. Go check it out on Kickstarter. I'll have the link below. If you guys have any questions, specifics about use case, etc., certainly ask. I hope I'll be able to do a full review of this once I get a production model. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.